Man, the first time I watched this, I figured there wouldn't be much to say about it, but rewatching it a second time made me realize just how much there is to friggin' say. First of all, I love the friendship between Fluttershy and Discord. I'm a big fan of the whole Fluttercord friendship thing, and not only did we get a lot of that, but it wasn't handled as badly as I thought it'd be handled. And yeah, believe it or not, I actually did think that this episode might not be all that good, so I purposely didn't get my hopes up.
But you just said that you like Fluttershy and Discord, so why did you have low hopes for this episode?
Well, that probably comes from two places. First of all, three's a crowd. That episode wasn't the most terrible episode in the universe, but it made Discord into nothing but a comedy object. He didn't seem threatening anymore. He didn't seem like the Master of Chaos. He was literally just so bored that he decided to give Cadance and Twilight a bad day. I was disappointed with how he was portrayed, and the whole glass of water song had absolutely nothing to do with anything, and could have easily been taken out, and the entire episode would have been given the exact same effect. So, overall, you can tell I didn't like that episode, and to be honest, I was starting to lose hope in Discord episodes in general after that. And another thing is that I also really like Rainbow Dash and Tank, and Tanks for the Memories wasn't bad or anything. In fact, it was definitely 10 times better than Three's a Crowd. But it didn't have the same kind of feels that I was hoping for it to have. For some reason, I just didn't feel it. And I don't know why. It might just be me, but I just didn't feel it like I thought I would. So I figured that since I didn't have any faith in Discord episodes anymore, and I didn't feel the Rainbow Dash and Tank episode, that it would sort of be a combination of those two problems, you know? But it turns out I was most definitely wrong, because the episode was enjoyable. Let me just dive right into it. I have a lot to say on this one. Alright, so first of all, even in the first scene, the whole episode reeks of Discord's appreciation for Fluttershy. First, they seem to be having a good time and everything, and his reaction to the mention of the Grand Galloping Gala was great, you know? Him immediately accepting, I'd love to, and the, leaning on his hands and everything. He seemed like he was really enjoying himself and very happy that Fluttershy would even ask him. Of course, he was wrong, but that's not the point. And it's really easy to see why he'd be jealous, considering she is pretty much his only friend. I know that technically Twilight and the others have sort of made themselves his friend, but that's not really true. I mean, do you see how they treat him? It seemed like every single time that he was around after he had been reformed, everyone was cautious of him and really didn't want to be around him, even after the reformation, really. And I mean, that's reasonable, because just because he says he's going to be on the good side doesn't mean that he's going to completely stay out of trouble, as we've seen. But none of them really made an effort to even try to be his friend, which is why I found it really strange in the last episode of Season 4, when Discord betrayed them and Twilight was like,
how could he do this? I thought our friendship meant something to him.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Surely she had to notice how they treated him. Constantly with suspicion, no trust between them at all. Not even trying. But I'm not supposed to be talking about that, so... Fluttershy had a perfectly good reason for not inviting him. She thought he was already invited. But regardless, he was jealous, and I guess it's understandable, like I said. Also...
Applejack cries on the inside, Twilight!
It's true.
My little sister's all grown up!
And...
Want some cake?
And just a quick mention, Discord's living area is very strange. I mean, it's the third or fourth time watching this scene, and I'm already noticing new things over and over again. Like, that waterfall over there is flowing up, and I noticed that Discord is scrubbing his windows backwards and dirtying his dishes. Not to mention that he has tile on his ceiling instead of the floor. Oh, and this silly animation error on Discord's beard right here. Seriously, how did they miss that? And here's where we get into one of the scenes that made me satisfied with the episode and not disappointed like Three's a Crowd. Discord actually sounded threatening, and this isn't the only time he does so. And, of course, that postman did not have that voice last time, but, okay. Also, am I the only one who found the Smooze to be actually really cute? I mean, he just has this happy little face on him all the time, and he doesn't really mean any harm. He just can't help it, you know what I mean? And Tree Hugger. I guess I might as well talk about her now before we continue with the rest of the episode. I heard quite a few opinions on this. They were saying, Tree Hugger? That's so stupid, why would they name her that? And stuff like that. But to be honest, I kinda liked it. I thought it was comical. I thought it was really funny, and not in an offensive way, but I guess I thought it was comical because it's usually used to mock those who love nature, but at the same time, I can't really consider it an insult in any way. I mean, heck, if you want to talk about loving nature and stuff like that, then I guess you could say that I'm a bit of a tree hugger myself. But to think that there would be a pony named Tree Hugger is somehow, I don't know, cute and funny in a weird way. And I see nothing wrong with showing a hippie pony. I only wish that they would put wheatgrass and flaxseed in from the comics. At least I think that's what their names were, but anyway. She's really weird, though, and I mean, after a while, her slow-speaking and strange hippie-like atmosphere kind of started, I don't know, I mean, I could say it just started getting annoying, but I could be wrong. It's hard to explain. All I know is that it just got a little bit old after a while, and, well, she's an odd one. And on a side note, I really liked it when Fluttershy actually pat the smooth twice. It was really cute. This is the part where Rainbow Dash and Applejack come into view. And I know I shouldn't get nitpicky, but I have to mention this. When they first went to the gala, Rainbow Dash kept on telling Rarity to make her dress cool.
I just want my dress to be cool. And just make it look cooler. And just make the whole thing, cooler. It needs to be about 20% cooler.
And Applejack isn't usually the one for fashion at all. She was just going to wear her work duds until Rarity offered. And even after she accepted Rarity's offer, she said,
Don't make them too frou-frou-y.
And here we are. Rainbow Dash is not wearing anything even mildly cool, and Applejack actually is wearing something frou-frou-y. I mean, look at it. It has frills. I actually looked at Fluttershy's dress and figured that it was well designed. I figured, okay, so she's going with some kind of peacock sort of thing, right? And Twilight I didn't really pay much mind to, since Twilight doesn't really have much of a sense of fashion anyway, and it doesn't seem unlike her to wear something like that. But Rainbow Dash and Applejack? I mean, people can say, yeah, well, just 'cause they're tomboys doesn't mean they can't be pretty. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that tomboys can't dress like that. I'm just saying that it goes against what they said themselves. I don't know, I guess I'm just a little bit disappointed that they didn't think about that kind of thing. I mean, the gala was a really huge event in Season 1, and the dresses were absolutely beautiful, each one unique. It would be kinda nice if they had done that again. Now, I'm not saying that they necessarily should have, because I know that that's a lot of designing for an episode that's not even primarily about the gala. But I was hoping that the dresses would be at least, mildly more to the characters' likenesses. In fact, if they wore the same dresses they wore last time, that would have been pretty cool. In fact, I partly expected them to, but I can kind of see why they didn't. I mean, technically I'm not sure if they would always wear the same thing to the gala every single time they went. And variety's always good. I just wish there was a little bit more thought put into the outfits and the characters' designs in the episode. But, of course, Rarity's dress was perfect. I could be wrong. I mean, after all, Rainbow Dash's dress does look like a night sky, and I guess Applejack wouldn't completely pass up a dress like that that's designed so country-like. Sorta, kinda, maybe-ish. I still kinda disagree. But I don't know. I'm just iffy, This Flutterface happened. And this scene right here shows exactly what I mean with the whole Discord jealousy ordeal. The fact that he's just getting so upset over it.
You're the most basic of jokes.
Burn! Alright, and here's where this very odd scene leads me to believe that Tree Hugger's special ability obviously has something to do with, I don't know, calming down and taming creatures, and possibly plant life, similar to how Fluttershy has a way with animals. Obviously this Tree Hugger does too, in her own strange little way. And more Discord jealousy, this time in the biggest sense. When I saw this part right here, I figured, yes, this is what I've been waiting for, something intense to show how serious Discord is about this. He grabs Tree Hugger and basically threatens to send her away forever. Very intent, he was really intending to do it. And then he blatantly says, I can't have you interfering with my relationship with Fluttershy anymore. That was just perfect. That is what I wanted. And then Fluttershy and Discord actually get some closure, and that goes over really well, including the part where, by the way, I compliment John Delancey's voice acting, because when he said, I suppose it would just mean I have different friends for different things, at first I figured that was just gonna be like shoving the main lesson down your throat, oh well, I guess not. It would mean that I would have different friends for different things! Wow! But it didn't play like that. John Delancey's voice acting made it sound okay that he said that. Mainly because of how quickly he said the "oh" at the very end,
Different friends for different things. Oh.
Just right away, as though he just sort of realized what was going on and had to finish his sentence first or something, Like, it was a little bit more well played, and that, I really respected that. And Smooth gave Discord a kiss on the cheek. That was adorable. And I really like Celestia's dress. Oh, and speaking of Celestia, here's something that I noticed about her. See, originally I just figured she was extremely stereotypical, didn't have much of a personality, she was just the calm and all-knowing ruler, very nice, kind of like the Good Witch of the North in The Wizard of Oz, I never really paid much mind to her. I mean, I always liked Luna better because I figured her character seemed just a little bit deeper, like she had a little bit more of her own personality than Celestia did. But after watching Season 1 again, I'm realizing that Celestia really did have a personality behind her. Not only was she really nice and everything, but she seemed to really like being on the same level as her subjects. In Season 1, we have scenes of Celestia acting more normal. Not like a queen, but more like a normal pony. And that's what made her cool, She seemed like she was happy with being a princess, but she wouldn't let it get to her head. Like in Feeling Pinky Keen, when you could tell that Celestia had some invisible ink. Or in A Bird in the Hoof, when Mr. and Mrs. Cake were frantically serving her tea, so she purposely pretends to sip it just so that they'll overfill her cup, and her response isn't, "Oh dear me, now do be careful." No, her response is, "Gotcha."
Gotcha.
I mean, come on. Little did I know, Celestia was actually really cool from the very beginning, and I think I might really like her. I'm not sure if I like her more than Luna, but I think I at least like them about the same now, to the point where I don't think I could really pick a favorite. But here's what I'm getting to. If I'm not mistaken, Season 1 was probably the only season that showed something like that of Celestia, besides Ponyville Confidential, when you see a picture of her eating cake or shoving cake into her mouth or something weird like that, which showed a mild idea of what I'm talking about. But I feel like mainly Celestia sort of lost her spark, and I sort of missed it. I missed seeing her act like a normal pony every now and then, She seemed like, she was pretty cool. And now we actually get an episode, and honestly, I feel like, it might have been a little bit over the top, the way she reacted. But at least, we finally have an episode that's newer. I mean, this is the first time in, 3 seasons, practically, where we get to see her acting more like her old self, in my opinion. I mean, I'm really happy that this was included, and it made me happy. I was like, yeah, that's the Celestia we know and love. So I feel like that tied the episode up really well. That and Pinkie Pie dancing with Smooth. By the way, Pinkie Pie's dress is pretty good, too. But yeah, even to the point where she said she's the one that invited Discord, and she probably did it for this reason. So that was a great way to tie up the episode for me. Overall, if I had to rate it, it would probably be a good, 7 out of 10. It was an enjoyable episode, and it was my first time watching it on a stream, but I'm not sure if I'll do that again or not. Mainly because I feel like I like to watch it all without commercials, and I feel like the commercials sort of hinder my ability to experience the episode as fully as I'd like to. Anyway, I guess that was Make New Friends and Keep Discord. Tell me about your opinions in the comments section and everything, and I'm sorry this wasn't more of an analysis. I like analyses, but there's not really much I could analyze. I mean, I guess I could get into Discord and Fluttershy's little thing going on, his jealousy, what that means, maybe a little about Celestia, but I guess I just didn't. Oh well. Technically, none of my videos have been analyses anyway. Tell me what you think, comment, like, favorite, subscribe, or something or other, or just walk away, that works too. And yeah, anyway, bye, thanks muchly.